Now, every year a value champion rises in the phone world, and in recent times Xiaomi seems to be the company behind it. And the idea is a smartphone that ostensibly has everything most people need in decent quality and quantity, yet which doesn't cost the earth. And in the case of this, the Redmi Note 10 Pro, Redmi is one of Xiaomi's sub-brands, we're talking large and bright AMOLED, 120Hz HDR10 display, loud stereo speakers, I'll demo those, a whopping 108 megapixel main camera, a headphone jack, card expansion, dual SIM, an IP rating, 6GB of RAM, and a huge 5020 mAh battery, all for, wait for it, £229 all in. Well, oh wait, 249. Oh wait, 199. This is Xiaomi, and their marketing team bounce the prices around from week to week. Let's split the difference and call it 229 for now, pounds. It's still cracking value, I contend. Powered by a mid-range Snapdragon 732G chipset, the Redmi Note 10 Pro performs generally very well indeed. Just the odd hiccup here and there for anyone used to reviewing flagships. You'll remember I reviewed the top-ish end Mi 11 in Phone Show 418. But 6GB of RAM in the test model proved more than enough, and all my regular applications blasted off the lovely screen at good speed. This has 64GB storage plus microSD, but there's a 128 too, and it's dual SIM, which is so often the case at this end of the market and jolly useful to some. And also only really found in budget smartphones is a 3.5mm audio jack, which I was very pleased to see. Now the output is average rather than stellar, but it's still just nice to have it as an option. The real highlight though is of course the display. Fast HDR10 AMOLED at just over £200 shouldn't be possible, but it just shows how commoditization is creeping in, with Xiaomi leading the way as usual. Stereo-ish speakers, the earpiece curiously has twin apertures on top and on the front of the phone. They flank the display and they're decently loud, not quite iPhone quality, but very decent for the target market. Bit of Mr. Steve Hackett, a man with an orchestra, the Royal Festival Hall, 35th. There's that note. He cheated. Lovely guitar solo though, and a classic from Genesis. So the speakers have decent volume. There's not really much bass. There's not really much top end, but for just over £200, there's cracking to have it. Now, imaging should be a highlight with that 1/1.5 inch optical format, 108 megapixel non-abinned camera, and it's okay. In fact, it's a pretty good snapper. See the samples here, aided by a good ultra-wide camera, but don't expect to use any of those 108 megapixels to do smart crop zoom. This chipset here just can't handle that, so there's no zoom to speak of. The 12 megapixel output just gets blown up in software as needed. But again, remember the price. It's certainly decent enough in low light, even without any OIS. Again, see the samples here. Video was less impressive by my standards. And this is a test of video stabilization on the Redmi Note 10 Pro without OIS in the camera hardware, but seemingly doing a pretty good job with software stabilization. On the side of the Redmi Note 10 Pro, on the power button, is a capacitive fingerprint scanner, Sony style, and it works very well indeed. Instant and reliable, one tap and you're in. One tap every time. Just as on the Sony Xperias. Oh, by the way, this is the Xperia 5 Mark II capacitive power button. The Mark III is incoming, don't worry. But yet again, why are companies putting under-screen ultrasonic and optical sensors on their flagships when they don't work as well or as quickly every time? This is so much more reliable. It just beggars belief. Anyway, Xiaomi, well, Redmi, have done it right here. Bringing us to the software, which is perfectly competent. MIUI 12 on top of Android 11, and it's all nice and smooth. By default, you get 3 navigation buttons, but as ever, it's trivial to turn on gestures and join the rest of the post-2019 scene. When is this 3 buttons default going to change in Android? There's a bit of Xiaomi bloat, but a lot of it is useful. For example, Mi Video, music player, compass, FM radio, audio recorder, and the bundle extras like Facebook and TikTok, LinkedIn and Agoda, a holiday booking thing, they can all be easily uninstalled with a tap. There's dark mode out of the box, which is great to see with AMOLED, and a complete theme system. In short, it's a fast and comprehensive Android environment with the full Play Store and not too many manufacturer extras. So, why would you not want to buy the Redmi Note 10 Pro? What are the gotchas? Well, aside from there being no real telephoto or zoom system, I'm struggling to think why not actually. There's no 5G support, so this tops out at 4G, i.e. LTE, but surely that's fast enough now for anything most people want to do. The IP rating is only IP53, so, quote, splash proof. It may not survive an extended dunk. But that's it. More than once during the review period, I found myself with this in the shopping basket because it was such a lot of Android smartphone for the money. And then I came to my senses because I've already got far too many phones. But I was tempted. But that I was tempted at all should tell you a lot. It comes with a welcome clear TPU case in the box, plus a fast mains charger in the box, all for a low price. I can't recommend this highly enough. Now, obviously, if you can afford 2 or 3 or 4 times the price, then this gets you a few extra features and options and loses you a few. But it's the usual law of diminishing returns the higher you go in the phone world. And right at the sweet spot of the price curve from bottom to top, right the sweet spot is the Redmi Note 10 Pro, the true 2021 budget flagship. Catch it on the Xiaomi site below 230 and you're all set.